today we would like to present for our assignment for country analysis, which the company that we chose is hmra. So hmra is a Malaysian company that has a variety of industries, including plantations, industrial equipment, automotive, property, and energy. The corporation known as hmra Berhad is a holding company that invests in other businesses, and it's involved in the trade, healthcare, and logistic industries. It conducts its business through the following four divisions, which industrial, motors, logistic, and other division. Alexander Coutrie, Daniel Harrison, Smith Harrison, Joseph Crossfield, William Middleton Sam, Henry D. Esther Darby, and Herbert Mitford Darby were the original founders of the corporations in 1910. It now maintains its headquarters in Petaling Jaya, which is located in the country of Malaysia. hmra is an extremely important player in the economy of Malaysia due to the fact that it is a diverse international corporation that employs more than 100,000 people and operates in 23 countries. What is country analysis? Companies planning to extend their activities on the international stage aim to detect and minimize risks. Country analysis offers a variety of data which allows for profound assessment of a target country. In this regard, country analysis includes not only the economic data as an indicator for economic growth, but also the political and social aspects. It is crucial for companies to be aware about relevant institutions and existing infrastructure in order to adjust to country-specific conditions in a timely and optimal manner. Country analysis assesses the relevant target countries according to the individual requirement as laid down by the client. The resulting country evaluation, for example, in form of a ranking, provides a direct basis for our clients' international success.
Hi, I'm Nurafika. In order to conduct country analysis, hmra must look at a few factors such as economic indicators. Based on the annual report 2020 and 2021, they measure the financial sources using important financial metrics as profit before taxes, total revenue, earning per share, shareholders to assess the effectiveness of their financial position. Next is government policy. hmra are one of the Malaysian corporations that have applied the policies by the Malaysian government, which is to combat worker mistreatment. Next is industry association policy. hmra has established business continuity strategy where they will be enhanced by this group-wide strategy, which may be completely applied in around 2 years. hmra's BCM program will concentrate on the creation of ideas, goals, and initiatives that will allow the group to react, recap, and restart important business operations and systems in the event of an interruption to regular business operations. Last but not least is the infrastructure. In terms of infrastructure, hmra's commitment to supporting and developing local communities spans all geographies and divisions.
Analysis. Pastel analysis is a method for acquiring a broad understanding of the environment in which an industry operates. PASTEL stands for political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal factors. B operates in a dynamic environment driven by a regulator framework which is becoming more stringent for environment consideration, collective social trends, rising environmental activities among consumer purchasing behavior, government action, and an ever-changing legal system. Political factors. It was linked to government decision and influences over the economy or industry in terms of political factors. Legislation or economic policies are examples of the government factors. hmra Corporation extremely difficult for management teams, as the range of possible outcomes might change significantly based on the company's election result. Next, it is related to the broader economic that tend to be expressly financial in nature in economic sectors. Sam Darby examines their financial services industry, which may tend to outperform the economy because they're easier to quantify and model than some of the other components in these frameworks. In social elements, they refer to changes in how stakeholders think about life and leisure which might have an impact on commercial activities. Demographic, lifestyle, consumer values, and worker attitudes are just a few examples. Sam Darby investigates how the company's tendencies will fare in the face of social variable and numerous changes in marketing. In technological factors, for example, if a company predicts that the price of securities will rise in the future, it can buy a future contract to benefit its business. To summarize, if Sam Darby wants to invest in a specific country, it must first assess the country's business environment and determine whether it is willing to assume that risk before making an investment choice. That changes in our physical environment can bring materials, dangers, and possibilities for enterprises. Environmental consideration became a sensible addition to the original PES framework. Sam Darby, a publicly listed company, must reevaluate its internal record keeping and reporting technologies to keep track of the exchange's recently announced obligatory limits. Finally, legal factors are those that arise because of changes in the regulatory environment which may have an impact on the overall economy. Certain industry or even a single enterprise within a given sectors. Analysts must balance the inherent risks with a growth trajectory.
Hi, I'm going to explain about what are the impact of Pestle on Sime Darby. Based on Sime Darby annual report in the year of 2021, they are willing to make an improvement on their healthcare business, especially in this pandemic COVID-19. This is because quite few of Southeast Asian industry are underserved in terms of healthcare. Next is the biggest impact that gives huge challenges to any company like Sime Darby, which is the pandemic COVID-19. During the pandemic, they shut down all the capital and operating expenses in order to save the profit from being decreased. This is because if there are many excesses in capital expense, it will afflict the profits. Last but not least, Sime Darby also has business on automotive mobile that help the company to generate more profits, as nowadays there are many citizens in Malaysia who prefer to use e-hailing cars rather than to use their own car or public transportation because it is more convenient, comfortable, and affordable.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. I am Siti Rogai binti Baramis. I will explain about how do Sime Darby from Malaysia cope with the changes of PESEL in these post-pandemic situations. On 11 March 2020, the World Health Organization's WHO announced the COVID-19 pandemic to be worldwide widespread. This has come about in unusual worldwide danger that was not anticipated in standard of living. The COVID-19 pandemic is one of the four most noteworthy variables influencing the worldwide economy nowadays. Sime Darby, like other companies around the world, face all changes in overseeing their business, conceivably in terms of dealing with trades and imports of merchandise from overseas and inside the nations. Taking after an increment in COVID-19 outbreak cases, the government sanctions the development control arranged to end the spread of the malady all through the nations. The Malaysian government, on the other hand, permit the oil palm and elastic business to proceed working since they didn't have a critical impact. Besides, the request for palm oil as a basic fix in nourishment and non-food products is anticipated to be consistent amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Typically, since outside country influenced by the COVID-19 pandemic must continue oil palm and elastic generations, which are two necessities. As a result, the COVID-19 widespread has affected material supply as well as worldwide requests for palm oil. The COVID-19 pandemic moreover had an impact on trade relations since numerous nations were included within the circumstance making communication troublesome. That's all from me. Thank you.
Trajectory. As the conclusion, we all know there is a lot of information about big corporations like Sam Darby moving across the world by establishing subsidiaries in other countries or areas. Many multinational corporations attend to diversity, their risk, and lower material costs. Because the corporation cannot control all habit, it must be able to manage such risks.